That's me, driving a 4-ton military truck through the streets of Los Angeles. I thought it was gonna be fun. Turns out I'm an idiot. Let's talk about how we got here. This is my friend Mason. He recently bought this weird-looking military vehicle I've never heard of called the Gama Goat. I've heard of a lot of Army trucks, but never the Gama Goat. Why is that? Well, it turns out that the US government pulled it from service after only 4 years. So why is this thing one of the worst, least reliable vehicles the US military ever created? I decided the best way to find out is to drive it 100 miles on public roads. This is gonna suck, probably. All right, this right here is Mason. He owns this monstrosity. Mason, why the f do you own this thing?
I was in a junkyard one time and I saw one of these in there. The dude had like Apache helicopters and military trucks, and he had one of these. I was like, that's awesome. What is it? And he's like, it's called the Gama Goat. And I was like, I need one.
So you thought it was cool when you saw it, but like, did you know its background?
No, I really knew nothing about him.
And you still went through with it?
Yeah.
No seatbelts, huh?
No, they didn't really care about personnel safety back then, apparently.
Fired right up.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Is it hard to learn how to drive? Because, you know, like, they design these for young servicemen to drive around.
It's really loud. Yeah. It's not super complicated. The first time I drove it, when I actually test drove it, I thought it was broken because it had so little power that you have to floor it absolutely everywhere you go. But since then, it's gotten much easier. Actually, I've daily driven this thing quite a lot around LA.
Like, you park it at your house and stuff?
Yeah, it lives outside right in front of my house for the last year and a half. I drive it to work. I use it as a truck. It's got a 9-foot bed.
You're crazy, dude. Mason's crazy. So apparently this is a versatile vehicle that can go anywhere. And we're gonna put that to the test. We're starting in the middle of the city.
Damn it, there's 100 more of these.
Then we'll drive out to the middle of nowhere, exactly 50 miles away. We'll get into some hijinks.
110 freeway. We call it the Thunderdome.
And then if it survives, we'll make the trip back to town, driving over 100 miles. Let's get this over with.
Pablo will be with us on this journey, as always, my partner in crime.
One of the big reasons this truck was pulled from service is because it is so loud, the US military mandated the operators wear hearing protection while driving it. That's why we're wearing these totally awesome, not dorky at all headsets.
So, is the hair on your chest actively growing as we speak? It feels like it. It sure feels like it. Oh, my chest! Oh! All right, just getting my bearings here. It's a little nerve-wracking, to be honest, driving a vehicle this big. Scary! So you guys might be wondering, how the heck is a test in the middle of the city gonna be valuable at all when this thing failed in Vietnam? One, we're not in Vietnam, and two, some of these tests will be very telling of why this thing was a failure. I can tell you right now, it's miserable in here. Yeah.
Zach, wake up, man.
Oh, sorry, I must have dozed off, man.
Sounds like you need to pick me up, my man. You should try one of the new flavors from 5 Hour Energy. They give you a caffeine boost and they taste great with 0 sugar. Fruity Rainbow tastes just like fruit candy. The Confetti Craze tastes like birthday cake. And then there's always the classic cotton candy.
What's that one taste like?
Cotton candy.
Oh, which flavor?
Fruity Rainbow.
Whoa, Zach, you're looking good today, my man. What is it, new shoes, new haircut? It's awesome, whatever it is.
Confetti Craze.
Yo, Zach, I just want to tell you, you're a beautiful person and everyone loves you.
But what about cotton candy?
You know what, Justin? I'm gonna have that classic cotton candy flavor.
Classic cotton candy flavor, sugar-free. It's pretty good. You look like you need a 5 Hour Energy, man. I'm having the best day of my life.
Don't sleep on it. Try 5 Hour Energy today. Click the link below to learn more.
So our first test is actually just driving this thing on the street. I think camera car's gonna have to adjust their speed for how slow we are. Damn it, there's 100 more of these? Yeah, dude. This thing is tough. Yeah, I forget. I'm just chilling here. You're not chilling. I'm not chilling. It's like the tuk-tuk all over again, except this weighs thousands of pounds more. If you haven't seen the tuk-tuk video, watch that after this. from the start and stop is where I'm really slow, but once I get moving, you know, kind of normal. The transmission is very finicky. It's not like your normal kind of like manual. I guess if you're used to driving 50-year-old Chevys, you probably think I'm a but it takes some finesse. Where is second? That's fourth. There we go. So there's second. This thing is a huge nuisance, but people seem to like it. Now, as for brakes, they're decent. This is a very heavy truck, but they're not as bad as you'd expect. I feel like I'm in a Disneyland ride, but I'm like the one supposed to be telling stories to people in the back, you know what I mean? This is like in the Indiana Jones ride, and then that one jungle ride had a baby. And you're The Rock, and I'm Emily Blunt. Okay, that's cool. All right, Nolan, we've been on this thing about 5 miles now. Yep, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm blasting exhaust fumes in people's open windows. Yeah. You might be wondering why that's a good test, but this thing was built in mind for fresh 18-year-old soldiers to be able to drive it if they had to.
So what even is this six-wheeler with a trailer? Well, back in 1959, the US government's Advanced Research Projects Agency, or ARPA, was trying to solve a problem called Vietnam.
Dude, I bet Pokemon Go in Vietnam was probably fire.
For nearly 100 years, Vietnam had been a French colony. But when Ho Chi Minh declared independence, France scrambled to keep the territory under their control. French troops were being transported with American trucks left over from World War II, like the GMC CCKW or Jimmy. But these behemoths were not suited for the dense marshes and hilly conditions of the country. But if NATO wanted to stop communism's spread in Southeast Asia, they would need a vehicle that wouldn't get stuck fighting in North Vietnam.
They probably weren't imagining it getting stuck in traffic, though.
ARPA had a few requirements for this new truck.
Embrace the suck.
It needed to be extremely mobile, transportable by air, and feel at home in the swamp just like my cousin Shrek. This is what the project came up with, the M561, better known as the Gama Goat. All right, the Goat is powered by a very interesting Detroit diesel 3-cylinder engine. What makes this thing special is that usually diesels are made from super heavy cast iron, and they have to be. They're under a lot of pressure.
Imagine you come under fire while you're driving with these things.
Anyway, what makes this thing special though is that it's aluminum. Remember, this thing had to be light, it had to go through swamps and be airlifted. Unfortunately, that does nothing to make it more powerful, as this engine only makes 101 horsepower and 217 pounds of torque.
I just realized what we're doing. We're gonna go on the freeway. Are we ready for that or no?
Which is gonna make getting on the freeway pretty interesting.
No, we're ready. We're ready. You hear that, world? We're ready for this. Go! It's all about momentum. All right, let's do this. All right, let's do this. We need that momentum. Go for it. 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 Oh my God. Here we are. Oh my God. Oh no. Okay, here we are. The 110 freeway. We call it the Thunderdome. Da 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 da. Cruising along. Cruising along. We're going about 27 miles an hour in this traffic here. This thing is so symbolic of Vietnam, man. This thing just sucks. Yeah? And it's probably going to give you a little bit of PTSD. When we're in somewhat stable speeds like this, it's actually fine. I feel like diesel is going to become part of our DNA by the end of the day. Dude, that's probably where Vin Diesel got his name. I bet Vin Diesel's real name is like Nicholas Pumpernickel or something like that. Oh, that's like, oh. Yeah, he just gave me a freaking thumbs up.
Oh,
did he? Yeah. Oh, wow. Hey, if you don't want to get pulled over, consider getting an antique military vehicle. And also, all of them are so slow that you'll never actually break them off. This thing's got blinkers. This thing's got headlights. That's all you need in California, apparently. Ah, look at this. Beautiful. Wow, this is so cool. You do have to constantly make real micro adjustments to keep it straight. It's kind of like driving two cars at the same time, so you're doing great. Good. 10 miles, all right, perfect. Wow, 10 miles, that was pretty stressful. Now we just gotta do that 10 more times. No, can I hit you with a fun fact? Yeah, sure. Do you know why this thing is called the Gama Goat? No. It was named after the guy who built it, named Roger Gama Goat. Ah, okay. He was from California. Oh, really? Another fun fact, there was a guy named Roger in my middle school who thought that it would be funny if you put a pencil on somebody's seat and he would like sit on it and it would poke him like a cartoon. Yeah. The pencil went in my friend's butt cheek. Not in the butt hole, the cheek. Wow. And his name wasn't Roger. I used it to protect his identity.
There should be some other ways we can test the agility. Like parallel parking, so they can find the gears. Come on.
Now, this is probably not something that the military imagined when designing this vehicle, but back there, there's a pretty prime parking spot, and I need to get it. So here we go.
Okay, got some trash cans. The rear steer should help me. Okay, now, turn. Turn. No, too much. No power steering is making this a little difficult. Normally I'm pretty good at this. Am I touching that trash can?
All right, stop going, stop. Now crank it the other way. Too close. All right, stop.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Let me make it a little bit easier for Nolan.
Well, that's not accurate. Come on. Can't really see. I'm miles from the curve. This is useless. All right, so the Gama Goat unfortunately did not earn the medal for distinguished parallel parking. So let's just move on. Let's hit the road. Let's keep racking up miles. We're only like 11 miles in right now. We got a long way to go.
You know what this car needs?
What does it need, Pablo?
It needs some Lightning McQueen eyeballs. Alright, are you ready for the next fun fact, Nolan? Yeah. Okay. The engine was so loud that it made radio communication impossible and caused permanent hearing loss for its driver. Oh, good. The Goat uses a big-ass engine that's loud and is right behind us. You know, it's not too loud. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, let's take our headphones off real quick and see.
alright, yeah, let's do it.
Oh my God!
That's way. That was so bad. Oh my God, that was so bad.
Really loud.
The only reason it's tolerable at all is because we have these expensive racing headsets on that they definitely did not have.
No. If you're watching this and you have a cool car with a cool story, let us know. We have a submission link down in the description there. You can submit your car, submit a few photos, your story, all that good stuff, and we might reach out to you. All right, we're 25 miles into the trip now. I'm starting to feel it. I gotta piss.
If you're watching this video and you have to pee, go ahead and leave that in the comments. So I've been giving you some fun facts. How about you give me a fun fact?
Fun fact, it smells exclusively of diesel. Fun fact, I'm regretting this. I can see why soldiers hated this thing.
Imagine like being wounded and you know, having maybe blessed limbs and hearing this. Oh, it'll probably keep you, you know, awake though.
Jesus Christ, very morbid.
No, I'm getting pretty hungry.
Okay.
You think we should stop for some food?
Yeah, I think so. We can work with that.
I feel like eating somebody named Carl.
Carl, huh?
Oh, that's perfect.
Is this gonna work?
Carl's Jr. All right, Nolan.
Do you think this is gonna work, dude?
I don't know. Let's give it a shot. Okay, Nolan. This is what this thing was meant for.
Hello, welcome to Car Junior. What can I get for you today?
Hello, can I get a, let's see, can I get just a famous star meal?
Perfect. Did I complete your order today?
That'll be it.
Perfect. Man, is there any jalapeno poppers?
Jalapeno poppers for 10.99 today.
That's pretty sharp, huh? We'll back it up. We'll back it up. All right, there's no way we can make this.
Yeah, so the turning radius is like, it's not happening.
Honestly, the turning radius on this thing is not as bad as I was expecting.
All right, so obviously the drive-thru wasn't gonna happen, but still ordered food, so. All right, so that did not work out, but we still secured the fries and the burger. So It fits in a parking space. I'm actually amazed by that. But yeah, no drive-through. No drive-through action today. So yeah. All right, there's no way we're making that turn. Let's back this thing up.
So we're about 45 miles into our drive today. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm only getting a little sunburn, but you know what? I'm actually starting to get the hang of this thing. We're only a few minutes away from the off-road. Things are looking up.
And like that was like the truck to have was. That sounds bad. I think I broke it. So let's pull over. Yeah. Pulling over. Yeah, I broke it. That's a drive shaft into something. That's a drive shaft for sure. Here comes Mason.
I think I broke it, Mason.
It sounded like you broke it.
It sounded like a drive shaft in there, wobbling around.
All right, here we are at Rower Flats, mile 50 from the office. This is supposed to be the start of the fun part, but now we got to figure out what we broke on the Gama Goat. So we're gonna take the cover off of the center console. Hopefully it's just a broken U-joint. Otherwise, Mason's gonna kill me.
There it is, broken U-joint.
Oh!
You know what, it's even better. The U-joint's fine. The cap is gone.
Hell yeah. Best case scenario.
Good job, Nolan.
We did it, dude. We didn't do it, it's not our fault.
Well, it's our fault, but it's not so bad.
This guy basically held the transmission to the drive shaft and flew off in spectacular fashion with these sheared fasteners there. But it's pretty amazing that we found it. It's actually very fitting that this trip ended up the way it did, because despite all its faults, the real weak spot of the Gama Goat was reliability. Okay, according to a 1972 Army Times column, quote, "The problems were so numerous that the Army changed its reliability yardstick. Instead of requiring that the Goat go 10,000 miles without a major component failure, the new rules said it had to have a 94% chance of going 75 miles without breaking down." That's embarrassing. 4,400 Gama Goats were put into storage to be retrofitted later, but they probably never were, because the next year in 1973, the US officially withdrew from Vietnam, and the Gama Goat was left to rust away in the dustbin of history, I think pretty deservedly so. That was absolutely terrible. The driving experience was awful. I am very sunburnt, that's on me, and it broke. That sucks, that's a first. I can't wait to drive the other 50 miles home and the F350 in air-conditioned splendor. That's it for today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like this video. We got a bunch of other episodes of Bumper to Bumper for you guys to check out. But in the meantime, if you haven't seen our video on the Lada Niva, please check that out. That was a lot of fun. We'll see you next time. All right, I'm gonna get some aloe vera. Thank you so much for watching. We've shot a lot of episodes by now. Go check those out. It's so much fun making these Bumper to Bumpers. We'll see you next time.